Hola chicos, ahora vamos a continuar con los mandatos negativos con tú. You also learn these in Spanish too. You're going to use this chart to help you. These are the ones that you use to tell a friend or close family member not to do something. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your yo form. Okay, so andar becomes ando. We're going to do something special with it, but before we do that, I want everybody to pause the video and go ahead and come up with a yo form for each of these. We're going to just check to make sure you're good with that. So pause. Alright, we're going to come back. Hopefully you pause the video. You already have your yo form. Just check. Yo ando, yo como, yo abro, salgo, okay, ofrezco, escojo with a J, incluyo. Now I'm going to chop off my O. For all of these forms, I'm going to chop off that O. When I chop off that O, now I'm going to add the opposite ending to get my negative 2 form. So normally for tú I would say andas with an A. However, since it's an AR verb, I'm going to use the opposite ending and get es, no andes. Comer normally would be comes, however, I'm going to use the opposite ending, comas. Abrir would normally be abres, however, I'm going to get the opposite ending and use abras. Same thing with salir, salgo, sales, ER ending, I'm going to use as. Okay, the same thing for the rest of these as well. Moving on, continuing with the rest of the chart, we have our cargazars. They are going to have a special spelling change. Let's get that yo form first. Yo saco, tú, or yo juego, yo cruzo. We're not going to need the yo form for any of these for the irregular forms. Okay, we're going to chop off that O, and then we're going to add the opposite ending. So, when I do add that opposite ending, that is when my C changes to the QU. I add the opposite ending since it's an AR verb, get ES. No saques. Juego, when I add the opposite ending, that's when my G changes to GU. Okay, it's an AR verb, so I add S. Cruzar, when I add the opposite ending, that's when my Z changes to C. Add the opposite ending and get S. No cruces. Okay, these are irregular, so you just have to remember these and work on that studying. No this, no estés, no seas, no vayas. When I talk about these reflexive or object pronouns, when they were affirmative, I place them at the end of the command. However, now I'm going to place them between the no and the command. I have some examples here. ¿Estás enfermo? No te levantes de la cama. Te levantes comes from levantarse. It's a negative command, so I'm going to place that te between the no and the command. That's a reflexive pronoun. No comas el pastel. El pastel is something I'm going to change for lo. When I do, I stick that lo between the no and the command. That's an example of a direct object pronoun. In our next video, we're going to talk about usted and ustedes commands.